Hey, welcome back. So I'm just making a little video here to show you the progress I've made on this four-player Simpsons cabinet that I'm working on that's going to hold my Xbox 360. Well, where we last left off is I painted, you can't really see it here, but this whole side has been completely restored and repainted, as well as this side over here. And I replaced the lower left corner down below. I still need to paint the front part here. I've got the bondoed up and ready to be painted. I got to sand it down first. And you see my youngest son drew on it with some chalk. And the control panel box here needs to be repainted as well. But what I'm here to show you today is this control panel that I made. When I got this cabinet, it didn't have control panel. The original owner wanted the control panel and all the guts inside of it. He was going to throw away the cabinet, and I took the cabinet and I've been restoring it. Since it's going to be for my 360, I definitely don't want a Simpsons-style control panel. I want something that's more appropriate for like 360 games, particularly the Capcom fighting games. So what I've got here is the standard Capcom button layout here with the two extra trigger buttons. And we've got our start button, our menu button, and our back button. And what I did for this is I used a standard Capcom drill template, as you see right here. And what I did is I just marked off the additional holes, and they lined, as you said, we'll do the lines to line it up, and use that to mark off the control panel and drill it. Now, what's cool about this is actually what you call fluorescent red plexiglass. And if you can see it so well in this video here, but it's really interesting because it takes on the effect of light that's happening right now, and it actually pipes light really well. And what I've got here is I've just got some particle board for the control panel, and then between the particle board and the Plexi is aluminum flashing like you'd use on your roof. And as you can see here, it's kind of hard to really see it. But the inspiration for this was from the, I don't know how to say exactly, but those Helix cabinets that are in Japan that Street Fighter 4s are in, those made by Taito. And so those control panels are actually anodized red aluminum. And at first when I was going to make this control panel, I was like, well, I want to kind of make it look like that, even though it's in some, American-style cabinet, and it's going to have a VGA monitor versus having a flat panel display. And actually what I've got here is the same monitor that I have in my Capcom versus SNK cabinet. It's a 27-inch arcade VGA monitor. But not at that point right yet. Right now I just finished the control panel. And what you see here, this is the control panel. And what I'm going to do, what I'll show you here is really interesting is that, well, I'm going to take it underneath the black light, but first I want to show you this. The joysticks right now they're just kind of in there right now just for show. And I need to cut out from the bottom, kind of hollow it out so that these aren't so buried into the control panel. It's like I can cut away half of the particle board from just around the area where the control panel is with my father's milling machine. But so this is where I'm at right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this control panel in the black light. So I'm just going to take it. I'm going to actually bear with not being able to see video right now. So I'll bring it over here. All right, first, it is under black light right now, but I have other lights on. So right now I'm going to turn off the other lights. Got to go over here and turn this light off, too. Come back over here, and you'll see something really cool. As you see here, the control panel just lights up. Nothing else in the room is particularly bright. But when you look at this, you'll see that this control panel really lights up. The other thing I'm disappointed with is these IL competition buttons. As you'll see, some of them, this one and this one and this one, respond more to the black light than these three here. And there's a little bit happening over here too, but not so much. There's only one here that's really, one over there is responding. There's probably just a different batch of plastic in there. So that's a little bit disappointing. But the control panel is really cool. As you see here, it almost looks orange in this light. It goes from orange to pink to red. And it just depends on what kind of light's on it. So I just wanted to give you a little update on this control panel, and the next step for this is to finish the wiring, install the monitor, paint the front of the cabinet, and install T-molding, and all that's kind of simple stuff to do. So I should have this done, pretty quickly. And this was I think probably one of the hardest parts is just fabricating this control panel, just because I didn't actually have a control panel to do it, so I had to get the measurements and cutting the edge of there's an angle underneath here on this control panel that I had to cut. And let me turn the regular light back on. You see right here, I had to cut this angle, and my saw wouldn't cut any more than a 45-degree angle. It actually had to be more than a 45. So what I ended up doing is cutting this angle sharper here by hand, and then cutting this out in a kind of a square shape, which allowed me to have it fit the actual cabinet. The original control panel is actually just angled the whole way. And I have a piano hinge that goes in here. A new hinge where I had to figure out what hinge I was going to put in this thing. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to have something up for you soon. And before I go, though, I'll show you what I just got. This is my next big project. This is a Galaxian. As you see, I've stripped some of the paint off of it. I got this one for very, very cheap, and there's nothing inside of it. All I have is an empty cabinet, a Miss Pac-Man control panel, and I've got a power supply, some speakers, and here's a monitor, which is the same as another monitor I have. So even if this doesn't work, I should be able to put it together and get one whole monitor working out of that. And I also need to fix the monitor in my Radical Bikers. It got shut down in that. But this is the next big project right here, this Galaxian. So I have to strip it all down. The artwork is not salvageable underneath the paint, so I'm going to have to strip all the vinyl off and sand it down, and then put polyurethane on it and replace all the artwork on it, which is going to cost me about $150 just for the artwork for it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Goodbye.